Meet the Garcias, a family of 4 who moved frequently because of rising rents. David and Megan moved a lot when they were kids, and what they wanted for their kids was stability. They wanted to be able to put marks on the wall to measure their height as they grew over time, and you can't do that when you're always moving. Welcome to Seattle, where it will take an income twice that which the everyday person makes to afford the average priced home, clocking in at $700,000, according to the Seattle Times in April. That's an increase of $200,000 just since 2014. And the Garcias were able to get an affordable housing payment, security, and stability by buying a community land trust home. And they're able to build wealth through home ownership, something that would have been out of reach for them as renters. And they're the lucky ones. Research shows that lack of access to affordable home ownership has had a devastating impact on the average net worth of people of color, with the net worth of whites 10 and 13 times higher than blacks and Hispanics, due primarily to disparities in access to home ownership. Discriminatory federal policies, bank redlining, predatory and discriminatory lending practices have locked minorities out of homeownership for decades. And now that legacy plus a runaway housing market is affecting people by class as well as ethnicity. Community land trusts put the dream of homeownership back within reach. We are membership-based nonprofit organizations that utilize land to benefit modest income people. CLT homeownership programs make homes affordable at below market rates to teachers, artists, musicians, healthcare workers, advocates, journalists, people who work for nonprofits, and more. There's a huge difference between what homes cost and what modest income people like these, people who make less than 80% of the median area income, can afford. The difference between what they can pay and what it actually costs to build a home is more than $200,000. And we call this the affordability gap. Community investments in the affordability of community land trust homes make it possible for us to reduce the price of a home to well below market rates and keep them permanently affordable in perpetuity. Community investments in the form of housing levy funds, state housing trust fund dollars, investments from the federal government, bank community reinvestment funds, and private investments in community land trusts create that bridge that puts the dream of home ownership within reach. How it works is that our buyers purchase the home, but not the land. As a nonprofit, we own the land on behalf of the community. Removing the value of the land from the purchase makes it more affordable. A 99-year ground lease spells out the resale formula that keeps the home permanently affordable to all future buyers. Owners of CLT homes build equity from paying down their mortgage and from the 1.5% appreciation of their home over time. For $500,000 down, a homeowner who bought in 2003 built $45,000 worth of equity over 10 years. And our owners also receive supportive services so that they have a very low rate of foreclosure. Given today's home values, of course, owners like the Garcias will build even more equity. Depending on the home's price to start, they may accrue $30,000 to $35,000 of equity for every 5 years they own the home. And that's more equity than a drawer full of rent receipts. Because people move on average every 7 years, we estimate that each of our homes will serve up to 7 families over a 50-year period. Our current 212 homes will make the dream of home ownership possible for up to 1,400 income-eligible families. While our owners may sell and move on, affordability still lives at each address, and this is how permanently affordable home ownership mitigates displacement. Every permanently affordable home in a neighborhood preserves income diversity in that neighborhood, not for 15 years, not for 30 years, permanently. And when CLTs combine permanent affordability with building for density, like we've done in Columbia City and Rainier Beach and West Seattle, we create a seawall holding back the tide of gentrification. Secure, affordable housing, wealth building, preventing displacement. That is the Community Land Trust solution. Thank you.